What's up, yo? Big Cat 305 here. Today we're making a big breakfast. That's right, a big breakfast. So I decided to make this video because I know there's a lot of new griddle owners out there who might be a little nervous about making a lot of food for a lot of people, which is very understandable. So I can imagine new griddle owner, nice shiny new griddle, wants to show off for their friends or their family, but starts thinking a lot of people standing around, you know, 3, 4, 5 ingredients at the same time. Am I forgetting something? Am I burning something? Am I cooking it long enough? All different kinds of stuff. That can be a lot of pressure. I get it. So today we're going to take that pressure away. We're going to show you how to use the griddle the way it was intended to be used. Simple, easy, and fun. So if you watch this video all the way through to the end, you will realize it's not that hard. You just got to prepare and follow my plan. Everybody, let's get cooking. So the first step is to make sure you have enough food for the amount of people that you have. So I also like to pick foods that have low prep time, and I look for fresh versus frozen whenever possible, because let's be honest, fresh tastes better. So let's go through the ingredients again, and this time we're going to look at prep time. All right, bacon, no prep. Sausage patties, no prep. A bag of refrigerated hash browns, no prep. Pancakes, very little prep. You just gotta mix it with some water. Toast, no prep. And then eggs. Scrambled is the easiest because everyone likes scrambled. Let's move on to step 2. Step 2 is planning your cook. You've got all these delicious ingredients. You know the prep time. Now we gotta figure out how to put them all together to make a delicious hot meal. The first thing I do is look at my griddle versus how much food I have, and I have to try to figure out, is all that food going to fit on the griddle at the same time? You would be surprised how much stuff you can fit on this griddle, but we need a backup plan. Trays, warming racks, that's our backup plan. So if we need to cook something and move it out of the way, we're already prepared. The next thing I do is make sure my cooking station is ready to go. I like to use a foldable table close by so I can hold all my cooking utensils, paper towels, seasonings, trays, garbage cans, etc. Also, get yourself a good tray, preferably with handles, to carry all your ingredients out to your station so you don't have to make so many trips. And after you are all done with that, then you got to figure out what food to put down first. So I like to start with whatever takes the longest and then gradually move to whatever doesn't take the longest. So let's look at our ingredients and the cook times today. I put together a little cheat sheet. So this is cooking at a medium heat of 350 to 375. Bacon, 10 to 15 minutes. Sausage patties, 10 to 15 minutes. Hash browns, refrigerated, 10 to 15 minutes. Pancakes, 2 to 4. Toast, 2 to 4. And eggs, 2 to 4. So you can see there we've got two groups, 10 to 15 minutes, 2 to 4 minutes. So my plan is to cook the first 3 ingredients, either move them off to the side on a warming rack or move them off the griddle completely and keep them warm, and then cook the second 3 ingredients. And I'm telling you right now, when you get to those second 3 ingredients and you're almost done with that, you're gonna feel like $1,000,000 because you know it's almost time to serve that big, beautiful breakfast. But don't go anywhere, because there's one more important step that a lot of people miss. On to step number 3. So the third step is one that is often overlooked, and it's so simple. Once you're done cooking all this beautiful food, you got to have a place to store it and figure out how to serve it. As a general rule, it's easy to serve on a big platter or some big tins. And you can use the same tins and foil that you used to cook. Have your plates, utensils, and napkins set up ahead of time so guests aren't sitting there with a bunch of delicious food that they can't eat and is getting cold while you scramble. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to a restaurant, ordered my food shows up, and I don't have a fork. It is so frustrating. Same thing with the drinks. Keep it simple, but plan ahead. A gallon of orange juice and a sleeve of cups works great. And make sure you have a cooler full of iced down bottled water, which is clutch. And don't forget, most important, make a big pot of coffee before you make your breakfast. Ideally, your spouse, significant other, or somebody at the gathering will help you with step 3. Now for the fun part. It is time to cook. So we've got our 1.5 pounds of bacon, and I will tell you right now, I'm going to go fast forward through a lot of the cooking process because it was quite a bit of food and I didn't want to make it a 30-minute video. So 1.5 pounds of thick cut bacon, and we've got another 1.5 pounds of sausage patties. I prefer the patties over the links because the links roll around all over the place. But those, we'll get back to those patties in just a second. Next up after this is our simply potatoes, which is the refrigerated hash browns. Butter first, bag of these fresh from the refrigerator, and they are great. I just did a video on these recently, and it was my first time using them. This is my second, and let me tell you, both times did not disappoint. They're very easy to cook. You just put them in a bunch of oil, medium to medium-high heat, cover them, and leave them alone. So here you can see where I'm turning these sausage patties, and you can see how burnt they've already gotten after literally 3 or 4 minutes. And so basically the reason why is because, you guessed it, they are Vermont maple sausage. And maple is high sugar, and sugar burns quickly. That's what happened. There's my crash and burn. So learn from my mistake what not to do. So these simply potatoes are pretty much done. So we're going to turn them over here in a second, but we're going to salt them and oil them first. And boom, look at that beautiful brown crust on the side of those potatoes. That sausage is already done. I'm taking them off, cleaning up the griddle a little bit. You want to make sure you're doing this when you're doing big cooks, and then especially when you're going to make toast. So I've always said Blackstone is the best toaster in the world. Put down a bunch of butter, and then just put down your bread, give them a nice little press, and you will see some beautifully brown toasted, golden brown toasted toast. Bacon's looking good. Watch this. Boom, look at that. Look at that toast. That is gorgeous. I love toast off the Blackstone. Never disappoints. All right, looking good. Bacon is ready. We're going to take it off. I did not have room to use the cooling rack, or I'm sorry, the warming rack. So I decided to take everything off to create more room, because now I got to cook the pancakes and the eggs. So you want to make sure you clean it up really good, especially for the eggs, because I've seen some comments of people coming through, what am I doing wrong with the eggs? They come out nasty looking, and we'll get right back to that. But here for the pancakes, kind of the same thing. You want to keep it clean. I wanted to make 12, but the batter only allowed me to make 10, so that's what we got. These cooked very fast, and you can see beautiful color on these. This only took a couple minutes, and I love these little spatulas that I bought, I don't know, 6 months ago. Haven't been able to put them down. Look at that. Look at those hash browns looking good. So I did use the warming rack now that I've gotten some of the food off, and here for the eggs. So for the commenter that was talking about the nasty looking eggs, you want to make sure your Blackstone or griddle is clean. Put down lots of butter, and then you want to pour these out. I fast forwarded, but you take your time, get them poured out, kind of control the outsides to keep them in, and then pull the scrambled eggs towards the center as you go. Not too much. You don't want to, the less you mess with them, the better, really. You want to make sure you season them. You can do that before or after. And then you just kind of want to pull them in from the outside, and then kind of give them a little fluffy scramble to get the bottoms cooked nice and evenly. And then once we do that, then I'll take some bigger flips and flip them upside down to get the bottoms, I'm sorry, the top parts cooked. And that's pretty much it. Once I do that last one, then I'm just going to kind of push it all to the back because they're pretty much done. We'll just let them continue to cook a little bit and get them out of the way. But they look great. So everything is ready. Now I'm going to use this griddle just like a plate. So I'm going to plate this up just like if I was plating a plate of food. And this is for the thumbnail, but you can also use this when you have guests over and serve right off the griddle. That's pretty cool. I like doing that as well. And you just want to make it look as nice as possible, as even as possible, and take your time and make sure that presentation is on point. Well, let me tell you, these are ready to go. Let's go check them out. Okay, that's it. Now you're ready to break out that shiny new griddle, have a bunch of people over, and serve them a beautiful breakfast or brunch. I really hope this helps, and I can't wait to see the comments below with some success stories. Everybody, thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, and commenting, and we'll keep on cooking. Big Cat out.